So it looks like as you're coming into the Hassayampa River Preserve, you can even just grab one of these. I'm gonna get one out. See what it has to say in it. You're coming off of the 60, the Hassayampa is gonna be a quick turn right through there, and then you come right up this road, and then it's gonna take you down there. So here we are at the actual, I think the visitor center is gonna be down there. Got some parking, visitor center, got bathrooms, got storage, and then also additional RV parking. We saw a grave site up that way I want to go check out and hopefully get a year on that and see how far this place goes back to. But this is it, Hassayampa River Preserve, also known as Garden of Allah for its beauty. If you look over there, they had a sign that said Friends of Hassayampa. It looks like they're really doing a beautiful job out here of getting all the foliage and all the local plants out here. You can hear the cicadas, I think, in the trees. What's to say over here? In memory of tragic events. This tree is one of the 5 trees of the saguaro planted by the Nature Conservancy of Arizona and is a living tribute to the lives lost that day as a celebration of diversity. I wonder what happened. Wow, that's amazing. Over here. You see down here you got a nice resting place, some chairs. There's some metal decorations of some of the local animals, quail. Very beautiful area though. Let's cross through here. Oh wow. It looks like we have a grinding stone. It looks like it's actually been used recently. Usually you take the rock and you grind up the materials to make some sort of maize or bread or some sort of mash that you can cook. Here's a agave plant, a metal agave plant. And then of course some chairs of memory. Beautiful place, man. This is really done up. It's amazing out here. Garden of Allah. Makes sense now. They have some very beautiful exhibits at this location. You can even pick up some of these and see this creature. It says it's marked unknown, but it's got these very sharp feet. Look closely. This is actually what it looks like when a snake sheds its skin. Alright, so coming out of the visitor center, you got one that branches off that way. That's how you get out. Look at this shade. It's so shaded. These palm trees are over 100 years old. These were put here by the guy who ended up farming this place to begin with. These trees are gigantic. You can't even tell, I mean, how large these things are. They go, these are much larger than any kind of palm trees I've seen in the Phoenix area. At least they're humongous. The leaves are almost bigger than I am. Just to show how big this tree is, it's much larger than me. Go ahead and pan up, show the top of the canopy. If you can see, it's way up there. It's not even close to where I'm at. Now pan back down. I mean, this thing has to be what? I can't even judge. It's humongous, and there's more of them. There's several of them. And this is why they called it Allah, because whenever they first got here, it looks like the Garden of Allah. All right, so we continue down the trail. Again, these palm trees are massive palm trees. It says the Nature Conservancy. Give a little bit of information on that. Continue down this pathway. They said that they actually don't have a lot of mosquito problems here. We've had a lot of West Nile issues in the valley recently, but it sounds like they have a pretty good way of dealing with that. And you can see these trees, they just hang over. That one looks like it's tipped over, but it's still, I mean, these trees are just massive trees. It looks like the guy who brought it here is a mulberry. It's a mulberry, I guess, tree here. He brought all kinds of plants that shouldn't be able to survive here, they were telling me at the front. Strawberries, mulberries, and it looks like this place just took off, man. I'm wondering if it created this type of oasis, or if this oasis just simply was already here. We got another turn up here. It's a pretty intuitive path. I feel like if you follow the trail, you're most likely to get there. Pretty warm out though. It's about 100 degrees in Arizona. I like to come back here in the winter and enjoy it for real. So to Visitor Center, Palm Lake, Willow Lake Trail. If you look, you can see how these trees have just been growing forever. I mean, they arch over the entire place. It's like an entire canopy covers this location. Over here it's a little bit drier, but I've never seen something so heavily forested in Arizona. You can see, I mean, like, again, these palm trees are massive palm trees. More information on the vegetation on the preserve. Let's walk down this way. Wow, this is amazing. Really, really a gem hidden off in the middle of really. Whoa! What is that? Maybe a squirrel, it looks like. A pretty big size squirrel. Wow. Oh, here's something again. There's a lizard. This place is just teeming with life. Man, there are lizards everywhere. We got a squirrel up there chasing a lizard down. He's trying to get his lunch. We got a little pond over here. Nice little pond. There goes the squirrel. Man, it is a giant squirrel. Part of me wonders if it's something else. Man, you just hear everything in these bushes moving around. It's another lizard. More lizards. For being Arizona, it doesn't seem like Arizona, I'll tell you that. More lizards. It's just massive brush. Now, although there are some gaps in here, like right about here you can see the gap, but most of this trail is covered with this really thick canopy above that you can kind of see. This isn't even doing it justice, but I mean, you see back further and there's a very thick canopy covering this place. Seems like the place goes on forever. There's another lizard. Ooh, sound like a interesting bird. More lizards in the bushes. It's important, Brill. Brill is the guy who started farming this place. He's the guy who is to thank for this beautiful, beautiful preserve and all the wonder that it instores. So this is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys really, really subscribe, like. Helps us in the analytics. Check out our website. We're going to have all of our archived footage, photos, and merchandise all available on there very shortly. So keep on getting out there and revisiting history. So just a quick summary of this place. We got an 1860s adobe building in the front, and then we have a large Hassayampa River Preserve. This place goes back to the 1800s. By the 1900s, apparently these palm trees were already very grown. It's a beautiful place. Get out here, check it out, man. A little swampy in some areas, but the rest of it's beautiful. All right, so aside from the door inside that is actually the actual old front door in that building, the visitor center, this building here is from the 1860s. This is going to go back even further than the Morristown Hotel we were just at. So amazing condition. These adobe buildings are really meant to stay. Hopefully we can go down and see some more adobe buildings so we can get some context. I know there's the Dupa Homestead in Phoenix, which is also an adobe structure, so we'll go take a look at that here soon. Martin family gravesite, it says. So I saw this on the way in and I wanted to come over here and take a look at it. It says Martin family gravesite. This is pretty interesting because it says the Martin family grave. The remains of the Martin family were placed in this gravesite by Frederick Brill, the guy who ran this place, the original owner of this property, which is now the Hassayampa River Preserve, in the summer of 1886. Bernard Barney Martin, age 40, his wife Shirlene, and sons John 13, William 11 were murdered near present-day Morristown. That's where we just were. So this grave basically says that they were robbed, the family murdered, and looks like they buried him here. This is a pretty depressing sight. These people were buried over 100 years ago, murdered 1886 it says. And they're all buried here, 11 years old. This is horrifying, horrible story.